logged in for a meeting earlier this
Hello,
week, and
and
Anna
welcome to Shifting Echoes. I tried to do the fingers, the counting downs.
Didn't notice.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's why you start with. That's why you're like five, four, then you stop talking.
Okay, you're right. It was my bad. So sorry. Hello and welcome to Shifting Echoes. We are in episode 3. I am Gonah.
And I'm Teral.
And we are co-DMing these wonderful, lovely people. The DM caption's not working? My captions aren't working?
Hang on 1 second. I will tell you in a second. Oh, why is it loading the ad now?
It does seem to be accurate.
Yeah, no, I can see mine.
Working.
Okay. Yeah, it's going.
Okay, weird.
Chugging along.
Just make sure you don't minimize the Google Meets tab.
I know, I didn't.
Thank you, Dax, for keeping us honest.
Yeah, and Dax, just a heads up, there have been lots of hosses out. You have your work cut out for you. I'll try to catch them when I can. So yeah. Hello and welcome. This is a D&D campaign set in the world of Aethenwald, where science and magic work in harmony together most of the time. I am going to have us go around the table, and we will introduce each other. Kestrel.
Hello. My name's Caitlin, and I'm playing Kestrel. Anything else or just names?
Like, if you want to do small, like, your sentence kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm quiet. I don't know what to do about that. Apparently I'm quiet, chat says. Dax says.
Oh. There.
I mean,
Try it that way.
I can just talk louder.
No. I got it.
Because you don't sound normal.
I feel normal.
There you go.
Kind of rude.
How about now?
There we go.
Cool.
Apparently that's it. That was the trick.
Okay. I'm Caitlin, and I'm playing Kestrel, a bard who is totally normal and has no weird quirks about her at all. And I'm looking for my band, the Evergreen Song. I don't know if you've seen them anywhere.
All right. Let's go to Wren next.
Hi, I'm Wren, and I don't know who I'm introducing. I am playing Iden today, and Iden is a great halfling who just wanted to run some errands for his sister, and this is all very strange. I'm gonna just say, hey Anna, why don't you go next?
Okay. Well, I'm Anna, aka Archival Destiny, most places on the internet. I play Sylphine, who is a blade singer and really is an open book. Has no secrets whatsoever she's keeping from the party. Lexi, go ahead.
I'm gonna lose it. Okay. I'm Lexi. I will be playing Psalm. Psalm is a gunslinger paladin tiefling who is wandering the country looking for something or someone. But for now, she is helping out her friend Kestrel figure out where her band is, because she cares about Kestrel and doesn't like that she got dumped by her band. So we'll see how that turns out.
All right. Well, truly a cast of characters and a buffet of mysteries.
I thought you were going to say a buffet of misery. Both right,
Both.
right?
Yes.
So I believe that we have, and
Those are our dungeon masters.
I believe that we have a bit of a recap of our last episode. If you would please, Lexi.
Yes, it might be a little longer than 30 seconds. It's okay, hopefully. So last time we started the episode buried in rubble after a huge explosion. We helped each other out, and Sylphine went looking in the last place that she saw Faustine, only to find a wooden board covered in dried blood and drag marks leading away from the restaurant as if someone else had gotten to her first. Sylphine met a friendly nurse named Melody who tried to tell us multiple times we had concussions, which was probably true. But the only information that we could get out of Melody was that there were people on horseback riding away. And I believe that's where we figured out the logo of the falcon flying over the sun. Jerri found Kestrel and Iden and the box next to the cart, and Kestrel decided to go into the decimated bathroom stall to communicate with her friends. Where we found a ripped piece of fabric that belonged to Faustine's cloak. And then we met Caulfield, a Dragonborn investigator who wanted more information about the explosion in exchange for information about the Falcon dude. We argued with him for a very significant amount of time, and then went to rest in Melody's pharmacy. We messed around in there and then got insight into why each of us were in the mansion and what the ties were to the box. Eden and Jerri went to find fruit. They talked about Jenner and the history of the deal made between Eden and Jenner and Jerri. And when they returned, we had a good old food fight and we rested up. In the morning, we went over to answer Caulfield's questions, where we realized this was a political act from the elven realms of Andere, I think that was the name of it. And Sylphine did not want her name attached to the investigation report needed, but it was necessary. Caulfield said that we could reach out to him if we learned anything new, gave us his wire number, and Sylphine revealed that they would know that she was alive if they posted or published that investigation, which is not good. But overall, we went out to our cart, found some marshmallows, and decided we were heading west. Right? I believe that's where we ended.
Yes.
There it is.
Wonderfully done.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, you have a couple options for heading west. You can take the beautiful cart with the mule. You can hoof it on foot. I don't know why you do that if you have the mule, but your other option is there is a train station in town.
Or
Wait a minute. Why are we going anywhere? What's going on? And I point at Sylphine in the cart. And what do you mean they're going to know you're still alive? I feel like that's a really important detail that you're trying to gloss over right now. You've been very cryptic, very secretive, and quite frankly, I'm a little weirded out by it, because whether or not you like it, I feel like we're kind of attached to you at this point. And I just kind of stand up at the front, kind of adjacent to the front of the cart, so that if you start the wagon, I'd get clipped by the side and not run over. But I'm still kind of a deterrent.
Yes, she definitely wouldn't run you over. She stands there for a moment. It's complicated, but you're right. You all are involved in this now, thanks to our esteemed detective friend. But not here.
What, so in the cart?
Oh, we could get a train, and if we take the train somewhere, then we can be in a more private area. I'm sure they have private carts in the train.
Yeah, that could work. We know they're heading west. They could turn, but I think the train's the only way we're going to make up time.
I agree.
I'm just, if people are after us, which it seems like might be the case, or you or us, whoever, if we're on a train and someone, tries to kill us or something, we're kind of just stuck on a train, and there's not much we can really do. But if we're in a cart, we could run away, or we could change direction or things. There just seem to be more options that way.
I
And a
also would point out that if they take your friend in any direction away from the train tracks, we're shit out of luck.
It just
That's the
kind of gives us
problem.
more flexibility, honestly. Plus, it's going to be easier to transport the giant box thing.
I will
I don't know
mention
that we're gonna catch.
with the cart, like it's not a covered wagon or anything. This is like this is a small cart. If you go, most likely you are going to be on foot. Like not everyone's riding on that cart, that poor mule. But that is still a viable option
Yes.
to travel that way. I just want to make sure everyone is visualizing the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna catch them with a cart, a mule. We could try to get horses if everyone can ride.
Absolutely.
Uh,
What about your box?
It's not too big to fit on the back of a horse, right? Or is it too big for that?
It's too big for a horse, unless it's riding its own horse.
Fox riding up. I look at Kestrel. Do you ride horses? Is that a thing you're proficient with?
I mean, I wouldn't win any competitions or anything, but I can handle myself on a horse.
Okay, great. I'm gonna look for a horse and cart because I didn't grow up a horse kid, so
I mean, we're
I
both
can.
pretty small. We could probably fit on one horse. If you want, I mean, we don't have, we could do what, whatever, we could get a cart.
But I mean, yeah, that could work. But the box, and I like point.
Right, the box, yes.
How large is the item inside the box? Like, could I strap it to my back? Like, how big is this?
Yeah, you could probably, if you took it out, you could probably strap it to your back. It's about the size of, when it's all folded up. I'm trying to think here how to best describe this. It's
Proton
about
pack.
the size if you were to take like three bags of golf clubs and like wrap them together.
What?
That's a lot.
Remember,
It's a lot
this
bigger
box-
than I thought it was.
Just size wise.
Like this box, everyone had to.
Yeah, this was a
straight check.
steamer trunk carrying all of this in there.
Can we just take it out of the, I mean, do you need the whole box?
I
Um,
how volatile is this thing to work with?
Wouldn't be terribly volatile if we just took the power source out, right?
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea.
Right? Yeah, I'll hold on to it.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I mean, we're all going the same place.
so the reason that we're taking the horse is because we can create our own path easier. But it's really easy? Putting the box in the train and letting the train carry it really fast in the direction that we need it to go.
I think even if
just-
we just,
Go ahead.
sorry,
Go
even
ahead.
if we just go part way on the train, I think it'll be helpful. Because they're an entire day ahead of us.
That's true.
That's the only thing, speed.
Do you think you know where they're going?
Roughly.
Does the train go there?
I think it goes in that direction. Are there stops partway that we could say make up a day and then from there try and figure out where they are? Like, what would that look like?
So Sylphine, how frequently would you say you have traveled by train at this point? Or was this your first real train trip?
I feel like she would be doing shorter train rides fairly often as she was moving around. She definitely seems like the person who would choose train over anything else.
Okay. So yeah,
especially if we're walking.
you do know then, just out of common knowledge, having ridden on so many train rides, that the trains tend to stop at pretty much any small town. It's the primary method of getting around, especially since it is so much faster than horseback. These things can cover in an hour what a horse covers in a day when they're just going full steam. So, there's probably a couple stops along the way, especially before this set of tracks crosses over the borders.
It's a risk, but we ride for an hour on the train and then try to figure out where they are.
I'm down
Sounds
for that.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's your friend. Let's do it.
Are you
And
sure
we
you
can
wanna
talk
come
on the
here?
ride.
I mean, if that is where y'all are going, you are easily able to find the train station. It's kind of right across from the restaurant that was exploded. And as you go, you're able to buy tickets, and you just wait for the train to come in.
Yeah, it's going to take a few hours. The trains don't frequently come to this area. And tickets are $1 a piece. So scratch off a gold if you got one. Otherwise, bum one off of one of your friends.
Anyone who needs covering, I can cover for you.
Okay.
Sylphine
good.
has to break a platinum to do it.
Jeez.
I lean over to Eden and just say, "We're traveling with a bunch of rich people."
I have 2 gold coins, and I put one in
You
my
rub them
pocket.
together real hard.
Oh my gosh.
This is half of what I have left to find someone I don't know. But this is worth it. And I'll go wait. Go wait in line to get the ticket, and then after I'm done, I just find a bench and I just sit there and like kick my legs in the air while I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Sometime as
waiting.
you're waiting, none of you
And
like
waiting.
realize that it happens, but Jerri appears to have
waiting.
wandered off. One of you is able to find a note, and it's very cool because similar to how Jerri will like jump between different vocalizations, she also apparently does that with her script. And all it says is, "I'll find you when I need to. Don't fuck anything up." And it goes from very cursive, flowy handwriting to something very chicken scratch and very angry.
I don't like that letter. I don't like this letter.
Well, I guess we should take Jerry's advice. Let's not fuck anything up.
Are there other people waiting for trains?
Yeah, mostly they're just common folk like this. They are waiting to go into work or something like that.
I would like to ask all of them where they're from and if they've ever seen a band called the Evergreen Song.
Yes.
Actually, high or low? Kestrel.
Hi.
Yeah. As you're there, you see someone with an Evergreen Song t-shirt on, just sitting at the bench.
Okay, question. Did we have merch before the band left me? Or
Yeah.
is that
Yes,
new?
yes, you
Oh
had
my gosh.
you had a couple things. You had like
This is a simple shirt. Like, it's not a t-shirt as we think it today. It's a button-up shirt, but it's got like EG over top, and it's like this same green. And it's got EG just embroidered on the lapel pocket. Nope.
Kestrel's eyes go real wide and she just runs over there. Hi. I like your shirt.
Well, howdy, ma'am. It's this drow elf just sitting there in your outfit. You're from the band, the Evergreen Song. Hot dang.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm one of your biggest fans.
Wow, we have fans. That's great. When was the last time you saw a show?
Oh man, it'd have to be a couple months ago.
Oh,
I tried going to the next town, but the band never showed up to play.
oh, I'm so sorry. Our schedules have been super weird lately. But that's great. It's so nice to thank you for all of your support. I hope we'll see you at another show soon.
Oh, definitely. You got any pamphlets or flyers for your next show?
Oh, I left them in our last venue. I don't normally handle that, but just keep an ear out. We're pretty good at publicizing things.
Before you go, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
And you see him just like pop open two of the hinges on his suitcase, and he opens it up and he pulls out this vinyl, and he's like, "Would you kindly sign my bootleg vinyl of you? I recorded you during one of the shows. I hope you don't mind."
Oh, well, we haven't gotten around to recording, so it's not like you could have bought it from us anyway. So I guess that's, yeah. You know what? Well, I'll look. Does it have any other signatures on it yet?
No, it does not.
Excellent. Yeah, I will absolutely sign that. I will be the first one to sign your Evergreen Song album, 100%.
Oh, that is.
Because I'm part of the band.
That is mighty fine of you. And are your friends around? Because like I would like their signatures too.
Right. Not right now. Travel plans just got. We're meeting up at the next location. So.
Oh, you're getting off at the next stop?
No, we're scouting right now. Checking out new potential venues, and we figured better to split up and cover more ground, and then we're gonna kind of figure out where to go next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Well,
yeah.
I'll keep my ear to the ground, and I guess I'll listen for your next announcement. Hopefully you do something in the area.
Yeah, hopefully. Here, let me sign that for you.
You have 5 songs, and they're all just like handwritten in ink on this piece of paper that's glued to the vinyl.
It's a mixtape.
Yeah.
I will sign it like real big over the top of one of the songs.
Well, that's mighty fine of you. Shoot, when I get home and play this for the family, they're gonna be so stoked knowing I got one of the autographs. I gotta go track down the rest of your band.
Yeah, well, you and me both. That's great. It was so nice to meet you.
Oh, it was a real pleasure. Shoot, can I get a picture with you?
Yeah, of course. Hey, Psalm, can you come take a picture?
What? Sure. What am I taking a picture of?
Oh, me. He's a fan of my band. Our band, the band that I'm in.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah, let me
for a fellow fan. Yeah.
Let me go find a photographer in town here. I'll be right back.
Oh shit! Right? Yeah, that's cameras aren't a thing.
I mean, they are, but like they're real big. They're real big. They're on tripods.
Okay, well, I'll be here unless I'm on a train.
Yeah. So, what was that about?
Oh, he's a fan of the band.
Your
So-
band that left you.
Yeah. But people don't have to know that.
People don't know that.
Right.
I think, this is a good idea. I feel like, and maybe this is just the, older sister and me being a little spiteful. I feel like it would be great to tour the country and just like make your own CDs and start spreading them and start
Like go solo.
saying, yeah, or absolutely go solo and leave a trail for them to follow behind. They will never be able to get out of your shadow.
I lean forward from the bench. I don't know if that's such a great idea. I mean, most of the best performers out there usually went into obscurity after they left their original band. Like, take a look at what was his name? He broke off from the popular band Beginnings and started his own. What was it? Manticore Bite, or was it Venom Tail?
I think it was Venom Tail.
Yeah, it was just.
I don't. I mean, you saw how my first solo performance went. I don't know if I'm really there yet.
Well, you can work on your own set, and then
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
You're
talented.
I
We
do
can-
want to find
we can
them though,
figure it
because
out.
I just, they disappeared. I want to make sure they're
Yeah.
okay.
Well, if you get a picture with this gentleman, and then they maybe he will go and find them, stumble across them somehow, and they will see your signature, and they'll be reminded that you're still a very important part to their band.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's straight out of your own mind.
Mhm.
And in my mind, I very much thought that you could go on a vengeance track, but let's just do your idea.
That's still
Okay.
an option, though.
I'll keep that in mind though.
Yeah.
I don't think I need vengeance. I mean, I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. Sometimes people don't understand things that are different.
Right. Right. I think that when I don't understand something, I ask questions. I don't run away. But I think that there's a lot of people who don't think that same exact way. So you're right. This could be an understanding or misunderstanding.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to find them. So
It's true.
maybe they're in this place we're going to. Who knows?
Yeah.
And if they're not, as soon as we either fail or succeed at rescuing Falcine, I'll help you find your band. It's the least I can do.
Thank you. And I'm sure we'll help or we'll succeed. I mean, we've all got like skills and we're all good at things and we work. Well, we might work well together. We don't actually know that yet, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
It worries me that they were able to blow up a building, but they had to use scrolls to do it, so.
Not as impressive as they might think.
Plus, Psalm can cast Fireball.
Well, wait a second.
Really?
Oh, that was listen, that's just something that I like to say. It's not an actual thing I can do.
Oh,
Yeah. I can do this, and then I will just cast thaumaturgy and just like, I don't know what time of day it is. I assume it's like midday or something. What will I do? I think I'm gonna make the ground start to shake, just like very light tremors. And I'm like, yeah, that was me. Not a fireball, but it's something.
It's impressive.
As you are all sitting chatting about all of this, sure enough, the drow comes back, and he has someone that looks like they work in a general store, just toting the camera equipment. Like, there she is. All right, Kestrel, come on over here. You get set up, gentlemen, and I want the train station to be a backdrop. It's going to be very memorable. Oh man, the wife and the kids are hooey.
The photographer just looks very disheveled, but like is carrying all of the gear and just starts like setting it up, looking at the drow. It's like, sure, yeah, we'll use this as a backdrop with the windows. It'll be great. Kind of sets Kestrel so that you're just a couple of steps forward to make you a little taller, and the drow is a couple steps back, and trying to do like a little bit of forced perspective. And
I'll pull my lyre off my shoulder and just be like holding it.
Oh dang, is that the real one?
Mm-hmm.
You play that with your hands? That's awesome.
That is how you play it. Yep.
Make sure I am anywhere in the background of this picture.
Here, do you want to hold my flute?
Oh, it'd be an honor.
I'll hand him the flute and we can like pose like we're playing.
And yeah, he just holds the flute like near his mouth, but not actually.
Yeah, don't like actually, yeah.
And the photographer like gets under the cloak thing and holds up the powder. Says, okay, 1, 2, 3.
And as soon as there's that bright flash of light, he's immediately blinded by it and just like winces in pain. What with his sunlight sensitivity.
The photographer is like, okay, well, the train should be here 15 minutes. I can get this developed in that time, and heads off to their shop. In about 15 minutes, I'm sure like he's been fawning over you and talking about each of the concerts that he's been to. The photographer comes back, and like they're carrying all of the camera equipment again, and they're like, so I was able to get it to come out, but I must have messed something up in the process. And shows it to the two of you, and like clear as day.
Oh yeah, I was blinking.
Yes, that's obviously the problem. Like both of you are clear as day, very well done, perfect aperture settings, like all of it. But so even though the windows are like up high and behind you, like all around you, there are these little like orbs, almost like dust motes, but like some of them aren't quite circular shaped. They're just odd. And they're, I can redo the photo if you would like, but I'm not sure. And as they're saying they can redo the photo, the train pulls up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's so weird. I don't know why that would have happened, but they look like stage lights. It looks like we're on stage together. That's so cool.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way. Plus, it's very candid.
Yeah, definitely authentic. You should absolutely enjoy that. I have to go catch a train, but it has been so nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your train's going that way? Well, shoot, my train's going the other way.
Oh, well.
I was hoping we'd get a ride together.
Yeah, that's too bad.
I have some suggestions if you ever meet up again.
I will totally. So nice to meet you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
And with that, you enter the train. I believe we are going to go on a quick break. This is going to be like 3 minutes. We'll be right back, and we'll be on the train. Hello, and welcome back. Our friends have arrived on the train. As the train pulls up, you're able to get a cart, or not a cart, a private room that basically
a cabin.
Cabin. Thank you.
Real quick, Gonah, the captions aren't working.
All right, we will. Oh,
Okay.
There they are. There they go. They should be
There we
working.
go.
Whee!
Yep.
So you're able to get a private cabin easily enough. As you are being seated, Jerri actually joins you in the cabin. She apparently was able to mimic Sylphine's voice to be able to. It was very hard to do it without ever having heard her say the word train, but she got there. She got there somehow. And she is able to join you, and you are all sitting comfortably in a train cabin.
Yes, a cabin in the train.
Is it pretty private here, or is it very open?
It is a private cabin, so you have the sliding door that shuts, and you know that you will be visited by one of the train conductors shortly to check for your tickets.
Okay.
Because if not, they will probably just throw you out of the train while it's moving. I don't know how they handle those things, but it sounds right.
Yeah.
We'll have to Google it.
Yeah, we'll have to Google it later.
Out the window.
So I think we should wait for the conductor to check our tickets, and then Sylphine, you can tell us everything you think is relevant to us helping you out in this situation.
Sure.
Now for the box, did you let that go into the luggage cart, or did you keep that with you and bring that into the cabin?
It's in the cabin.
Okay.
Absolutely in the cabin.
So
Yeah.
I will
Paid too
say
much for that.
it was anyone who watched you get on the train. It was quite a sight to see you like wrestle it between, I assume, you and Psalm, as you are trying to figure out like how to turn it, and then like, okay, we'll put it up like this, and then we'll go through here. Let me go in first. It was a ride. It was fun. They
I
got
felt like
okay.
one corner of it doing absolutely nothing, but like
Arguing about which way to tilt it. Yeah.
Mm.
and the good news is you now have a table between all of you as you're sitting in your private cabin.
Well, I've got some cards if you wanted to play a quick game of something.
Like what?
Well, we can play, I call it Devil's Eye, that's what my cousins call it, and my family calls it, but you essentially just are trying to, and I'm coming up with this on the fly, I have no idea what this game is. Like, it's fine. I deal out cards to everyone, and the entire goal is to, when you get, okay, so we pair up. Here we go. Pair up into teams. I explain the entire game.
Yeah.
And it's complex. It's needlessly complex. It's one of those games that if you don't learn it when you're like 6,
Yeah.
with your family teaching you, you will never learn it. But I'm like, we're gonna play it.
It's
but it
euchre.
just requires getting into, yeah. It requires
whole-
getting into groups and like trying to match up the pairs that you get to get an entire full suit of, I don't know if that even actually works, but something like that.
Okay.
The whole time Jerry's just like listening intently and trying to follow, and then you can see her visibly get confused as the rules keep getting explained. It's like,
Yes.
okay. She's played a lot. I would say she's probably played quite a few card games or seen them played since, but yeah, this one sounds very confusing to her.
Oh yeah. It's actively like 4 different games rolled into one because my family, like her family's so huge that they have to entertain like multiple sets of levels of kids at the same time. So it's like multiple games happening at once.
It's like when you go to like a casual board game night and then somebody breaks out Twilight Imperium and it's just like, oh no.
Right? Who would do that?
Oh man. For the call out, take an inspiration.
while you're explaining all the rules, I'm listening, and eventually I just kind of lean back, and if you were paying any attention, my eyes just kind of glaze over after like the second game gets folded in there, and I just reach into my bag and I start working with samples of like dried herbs and things that I have on me, and I'm no longer looking at cards. I'm looking at like flowers and just all sorts of various dried crinkly vegetation as I'm like sorting them into piles and like tying things up. And eventually I just say, there's 5 of us, so you 4 have a good time. I'm just gonna sit here and watch.
I like nod along very I mean, I'm picking up maybe a third of what Psalm was saying, but I'm like nodding along. And then once she's done explaining it, I'm just kind of like, that sounds really fun. It sounds like it might take a while to play though. And I know we have some really, important conversations to have. So like now we all understand how to play. Maybe we could play later.
Oh, we could just do Go Fish for now.
Yeah, yes, it sounds super fun. We just, maybe when we have more time.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
as Psalm starts shuffling out the cards, you hear the expected knock on the door. Tickets. And then the door slides open and you see a conductor in full conductor uniform there with the hole punch in hand. Tickets, please. Hand me your tickets.
Here are our tickets.
All right. Jerri.
Jerri looks panicked. Don't know that Jerri knows about the tickets.
Oh,
Do
one
I?
second. I have hers right here. And I'll start digging through my bag and just, I know I had it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I know it's in here. Just one second. And I will just keep I'll start pulling things out of my bag, hand him the other 4 tickets, and then just make a big production of looking for the 5th one.
He hole punches the 4 tickets and gives those back to you. If you don't have a ticket, you will have to buy a ticket.
No worries, I've got it. And I toss a gold that way.
Okay, well, you see the conductor pull out this ticket book, punches a hole and tears it out, and hands it over. Hands it to the closest person to pass to Jerri. There you go. Yes, try to buy your tickets at the station, of course. Because we don't like to have to use these all that often, but we appreciate your honesty. It's better. And then he eyeballs the trunk. I'm sorry. Would you mind opening the trunk real quickly? I need to make sure you don't have anyone in there.
Is there even room to open the trunk in here?
Not like 3 of you would have to like slide out of the room to get the trunk open to any full effect. So
Okay. I will help if that's needed right now.
sidles out of the way, waiting for some of you to exit.
I'll scurry out.
Yeah, I'll leave.
I think Jerri just stands on one of the seats rather than actually leaves.
All right. If you would kindly open that up, Miss, that'd be much appreciated.
So there's room. I will open it up partly so you can see that there's no one in there.
That's neat. Okay, you're good. And then thank you for your time. The dining cart will be open in 30 minutes when we're on our way proper. So
I take a very close look at his face as he's leaving.
can I help you?
Like not up close. I just
Okay.
I take a
Mhm.
sorry. Memorize his face, I guess. I don't know. If I see him again in another situation, I want to recognize him.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, so you definitely devote that conductor's face to memory.
3 brain cells dedicated only to that conductor.
Yes.
He is able to, like, he heads off to the next cart and you hear him ask them for tickets. You're able to sidle back into the room and everyone, like, eventually ooches and scooches so that there's enough room for everybody. And you're all sitting definitely very comfortably in the private car.
As once all of that settled, Jerri reaches into one of her pockets and plucks out a gold coin and hands it to Psalm. Thank you. That wasn't necessary, but thank you.
Absolutely. I am just forgetting that my charity can be annoying. It's not really charity if it's just like forced on people, it's not, I hear someone needs a gold, I toss one that way. It's not a good habit.
On the contrary, I actually think it's a great habit.
It did keep Jerri from getting ejected off of the train, so
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
kind of saved my butt back there, so I really appreciate it.
Well, in that case.
But I do have
But I do have money.
Absolutely. I want to figure out more about everyone's situations. Not economically, I don't think that's important, but just I want to know what
Spoken
exactly.
like someone who has a lot of money.
Exactly. I felt it. I was like, whoo. I'm channeling a Chad here. That's what's happening. But I was like, so just kind of like sit and shuffle some cards and just let's figure out more about ourselves if we're going to be traveling together.
like what?
You have in mind.
Well, I'm not suggesting, 20 questions or anything, but I don't know, it could be fun. Something to get to know each other.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's important, definitely. And I've still got like the crinkling herbs in my hands, and I'm just getting like dust and like dried pollen everywhere as I'm like fiddling with all of these herbs. So there's like a slow haze forming in the cart in the cabin here.
Does that haze have any kind of plant-based mental effect? Are
No,
we hotboxing right now?
it's just a bunch of dust.
I'm assuming it's like
I-
cinnamon and basil. You're getting high
Yeah,
AF
it's
off
like
the oregano.
herbalist stuff. I'm not like
That's
no.
I've pulled my lyre off either lute or lyre. I forget which one I have. They're the same thing. I pull them off. I'm sorry if anyone plays either of those. They're not the same thing. I just start tuning it as we're talking.
I don't know, there's a lot of games we can play. Not, seems very immature, but we've got 20 questions. Truth or dare.
Oh, my sister and I used to play that all the time.
It's fun.
Kestrel's eyes light up.
But would everyone picking dare over and over really solve the situation we're in?
Well, you can
Okay.
always dare people to answer questions.
Or me and my
I feel like that's cheating.
yes. Me and one of my siblings, we used to play Truth or Truther. It's very hard to say, but it's like you can answer a truth question, like what's your favorite color? And then, well, truthier. Truth and truthier. If you answer truthier question, you have to go a little bit deeper, dig a little bit deeper into yourself for that answer. That way, you can take a light question, or you could take a more personal question.
I don't
Well-
get it.
I've also played something kind of like that where you can ask someone anything that you want, but if they elect to answer, then you have to answer it too. So, like, you can ask someone something really personal, but then if they decide to answer it, then you have to answer it too.
That's
Seems
good.
fair.
I like both those options a lot better than what my sister and I used to do. If you took too many dares, it started to turn into for every dare you took past one, you got to get punched by the other players. So
Yeah.
I don't want to get punched, please.
no, I didn't care for it much either. I used to get hit a lot.
I'm very good at punching.
That's why I don't want to get punched.
Yes, by Jerri or Psalm.
I have a question. Does Jerri, after Jerri says, I'm very good at punching, what does her, like, does she seem proud of that? Does saying that make her sad?
It's sort of a matter of fact thing. I think she's maybe a little proud of it, that she's very good at it.
I'm more thinking about her reaction to the fact that someone said that to her at some point.
Yeah, regardless of what the sound was when it was said, yeah, she's a little proud of it herself. Yeah. I don't know how closely anybody's watching with that. I'd say that she's saying it, there's almost a hesitating quality because you get the impression that that's not something that she tells people.
Okay.
So who starts then?
Can start. And you see Psalm has she's doing the flourish with the cards where she's other hand is all the way over here, but she's bridged them so that they go to this hand, and she's doing this and being cool. And she will look. How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna roll a d6 for the order that's on my screen, and if I roll a 6, I'll just re-roll.
If you roll a 6, the DMs have to answer a question.
Yes.
The conductor pops back in.
Well, actually, my brother just starts answering the question. Okay, so I rolled a 2, so that is in fact Sylphine on my screen makeup. So Psalm is gonna look at Sylphine and say, "Truth or truthia?" Wait, no. What is this again? We're doing truth.
You ask somebody a question and you have to answer it as well.
Or if it doesn't apply to you, they get to ask you something back.
Okay, so we'll call the game Truthbound or something like that. I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, something like that. So my question is, where you came from, were you well liked? I can answer first if it helps, or You don't have to answer.
I think I was, at least at the time, by those around me. I didn't have any issues, so.
My answer is very similar. Everyone I knew around me loved me. At least I think so. It's not too special on my end. Just a big family. So I think it's your turn. Thank you for answering, by the way. This game could have totally fell apart, but I appreciate that it didn't. I think it's your turn.
I at least owe you all some answers, so if this is how we get them, then I'm fine with that.
I can text my order into the chat so you can see. Maybe we can just keep it up like that.
Iden, why are you here? I get why everyone else is here still. Why are you here?
Stop crinkling, and I put the rest of my handfuls of plants down on the table. Well, I wasn't lying when I said I was here to fetch some things for my sister. And one of those things is what you've got in that box. So I'm still here because that's where the box is. In all honesty, I was supposed to have gotten away with it before your friend showed up at the building, but things got complicated. So here I am.
Bad part about this format is I cannot ask a follow-up question of why it is you want a weapon, but I can ask that in the future, I guess. I'm here, obviously, because people want me dead. People want my friends dead, and I'm just trying to prevent that. I think it's your turn now.
Okay. Oh. How do I ask a question of the DMs?
Would you like the cowboy guy to get on this train accidentally?
No.
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 I decided I loved your band so much, I'm skipping work. Let's
I have
talk
a
about the
stalker
new
now,
album.
everybody.
He's gonna have a bad day if he hangs out with us.
Oh yeah.
He's not equipped for this.
No.
I just realized, minus myself and minus the DMs, that there are 4 people. So I rolled a d4. And
That's a good idea.
okay. So Kestrel, your band.
Mhm.
Did they really leave you behind?
Yeah. Yeah. I woke up one morning and they were gone.
Hmm.
They found out some stuff about me that they didn't like. So
It's not vague and unsettling or anything. What? Well, more their loss than anything else. I don't know how I'm supposed to. What do I do next? Because I can't really answer a question about a band that I'm not a part of. So, do you want
what
to just
does your
ask me?
sister want the thing in the box for?
She's an inventor, and she has this brand new invention she's trying to work on that requires a whole heck of a lot of power. So I'm really just looking to get the battery that's powering whatever's inside of that container. So it was the hardest thing to get for her on her list. And I didn't realize that working with Jenner would be so dangerous. So I don't think either of us reckoned that.
I guess that makes it my turn, right? Because that was the response to Jerri. How did you start working for this Jenner person?
I found you and I made you.
Eliza always loved Jerri. We'll be together forever.
But she's not here anymore.
I'm sorry.
Nah. We do the best we can and we move on.
Can you, do you have a way to ask someone whatever you want to ask?
I mean, I think I can think of a way to do that. If I think real hard about it. And Jerri sort of thinks for a little bit, processing the Rolodex of like questions and voices and things. And I think at this point, sort of bringing it back around to Psalm. Actually, there's a brief moment where Jerri looks back at Kestrel and goes, your turn.
My turn?
You have to answer your own question. Right.
Well, I think you'd have to ask me something because I can't answer how I don't work for. I can't answer that question.
Oh, right. What do you want most in life, dearie?
To belong to something again?
All right. Jerri nods and then looks back to Psalm. and thinks a little bit about what Jerry wants to ask Psalm in this situation. Mm. And you, what are you fighting for?
Psalm continues to play with the cards. And then she stops, looks at Jerry, and just says, "My name. I'm fighting for my name." And you?
Eliza. And Auntie too, a little bit.
Well, it's always good to fight for something. Do we want to keep asking questions or?
Hey, Sylphine, who thinks you're dead?
Yeah, let's just get at it. Yes.
Yeah. I'm guessing none of you follow politics.
My family does quite a bit.
What do you know of what happened in Nandare about a year ago?
What do I know? That's the real question. I feel like I've heard my parents talk about it a little bit before I set on my journey, but I'm not sure.
So anyone who follows politics at all, especially international politics, perhaps your family would Psalm.
Eden's family might as well.
Whose?
Eden's.
Yeah,
family.
Eden,
I don't know
Eden.
if Eden would, but family would.
Eden's family would, definitely. But maybe not Eden. Anyone that paid attention to that knows that the fiefdom of Andari recently went through a regime change due to a natural accident that occurred where the royal family was killed in a landslide, I believe it was.
I thought it was a fire. There are mixed reports.
Okay. Would Psalm know what the royal family in Andari looks like?
It's unlikely you would know.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. I heard about the landslide fire thing, and the royal family, all of the basics.
That's what the news stories say. It wasn't a disaster. It was a coup.
Coup.
Yeah.
And what side of the coup were you on?
Well, I'm on the run.
They're the losing side then. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well put, Jerry. Well put.
So people tried to kill you? And they think you're dead?
They killed a lot of people.
Wait, it or I? I killed you killed a lot of people?
No, I did not.
Oh.
Telling you all puts you in danger, but thanks to our esteemed detective friend, you all are connected to this anyways.
So, go ahead.
the new story should say is that the current ruler, Lady Asari, killed her brother and her sister-in-law. She led a coup in the middle of the night, one that nobody expected. He should say that the captain of the guard, Sylphine, found both of them dead and ran, gathering a few other guards she could trust around her, and went to their daughter's room, pulled Lady Wasari out of bed, and they all fled. And they ran and ran, blistered and bloody feet, the indignity and fear of being hunted like animals. And stories should say that it was late evening. The sun was low and in their eyes, and they didn't see the ambush on the road. I had 2 crossbow bolts in my chest before I knew what was happening, and half of us fell in that volley, and they finished us off with swords. A wandering priest found us afterwards, and I was still clinging to life somehow, and he brought me back. And I thought I was the only one, so I fled, and I've been running since. In my panic, I gave him the first name I thought of, Sylphine. But because I've been using her name, because I thought she was dead, I've been careless with it, and that's why they've captured her. That's why I need to get her back.
As
Wait,
you are
You're
processing that,
Sylphine? She's Sylphine? Who's Sylphine?
Yes, Teral.
sorry, as you are processing that, you hear the conductor shout, "Next stop, Briston, 10 minutes," and you feel the train start to slow down. But with that being said, I think it's time, before we get back to your answer, Kestrel, it's time to go to our mid-show break here.
This is not going to be long because we have a break before, but we also want to make sure that our players, can
Stretch and feel better and, whew.
mend their hearts a little bit. Maybe grab a tissue. Who knows? Haha. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. This will be a short break. And see you then. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Shifting Echoes. We are in the middle of a perfectly normal train ride, having, some fun games and full of childish whimsy. As we left off in the last episode, before going to break, pretty big truth bomb was dropped, but also our players were told that the next stop was going to be coming up. The next stop was Briston. Briston? Yes. Definitely
Briston.
not made up on the spot.
Nope.
And if you would please, anyone who has ridden trains often or knows anything about the traveling the area, please roll me an intelligence check.
This would just be either a religion or history check.
Okay.
You'd be allowed to use either.
Okay. I am so bad at both of those things.
Ooh, 15.
Do you want on history?
14.
I'm sorry, what did you get, Sylphine?
21.
Ooh. Okay. So the 15 and the 21 will both get the answer you're looking for, which is?
This stop is going to be the last stop before you get to, I'm sorry I had to close out the tab, but the next closest elf fiefdom, which one of you is pretty familiar with.
This is our stop.
Okay, wait, are you Sylphine? Is Falsine Sylphine? I'm very confused.
Or are you Focine and she's Sylphine and you switch names?
Are you
Like,
a princess?
You can feel that the train is getting slower and slower. Like,
Are
it's
you a
not to a stop, but
princess?
You don't have to answer that. Because it's pretty obvious that all of us would answer the response to that question with a no.
Is Sylphine. I'm telling you this because you already wrapped up. Your names are now tied to this. You're in probably as much danger as we are now. And I am sorry for that. But yes.
It's a dangerous world out there anyway.
everybody off for Briston!
we should
everybody
go. It's
off for
gonna take a moment to
Briston.
get this box off.
Wait, what was that a yes to? Caitlin is still very confused.
It was a vague answer.
Okay,
But does Kestrel ask that? Frustrated like that?
yes.
She is Sylphine. My name is Wasari. That's why they want me dead, because I know what happened, because I'm a threat to my aunt, because I survived. But we need to get off the train. We need to try and catch them before they hit the border.
Right.
Okay, let's go.
Psalm
And
will help. Yep.
once we close this door on our way out, everything that we said stays in there.
Of course.
Yes.
I mean, it
Stays
also stays
in
up
there.
here. Stays up here, but you know.
Stays up here, stays in there.
Begin trying to drag the box through the door.
Psalm walks over and just like, huh.
Every time.
Wait, where's the... We
It's
all know the
quite
appropriate
impressive.
card for this. This is
Mm.
like personal.
I'll slide out after everyone else.
You're able
Like
to
putting the
easily,
rest,
like...
stuffing the rest of my herbs in my herbalism pack.
I'm not going to say you're easily able to get off the train, but, like, they wait for you.
Mhm.
And as you walk off of the train, you actually notice that there are quite a few people getting off of the train at this point. And as you get off and the train pulls away,
You see before you a street packed with people. Carnival games apparently are going on at this time. You see farmers markets. There's a tiefling over on a stand trying to hawk some wares.
you see games, you see a couple of rides, although considering the technology and the, like, things like there is a Ferris wheel. There are some pony rides, things like that. It's a carnival.
You see jugglers, just various entertainers walking around. It's a carnival. This
Wait.
town is bustling. Go ahead, Eden.
Sylphine, did we come here for the festival?
No, unfortunately not. We're just trying to get ahead of them.
And I just kind of look at everyone Is there time for a festival?
If we're trying
Wait,
to
no,
save,
stay on task.
yeah, probably
Jerry
not.
Jerry is not even paying attention to the rest of you. Her eyes have gone like ginormous at the sight of everything. Just taking it all in.
Psalm is also very much like looking around and is just trying to figure out if there's funnel cakes somewhere.
Oh, the smells that are like hitting you. Lots of cinnamon, lots of herbs, lots of spices. There are fried foods. There's sweets in the air. But the main thing that you can smell are fruits, like fresh fruits that now that you like look around, every single tree in this area is bearing beautiful, voluptuous fruit. This is a harvest carnival.
Okay, we're on a time crunch. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, question for the DMs before we make any decisions here. If they continued west towards the fiefdom, where are we in relation to them now? Roughly, would we estimate?
So if they would have continued west, you probably beat them to this town by a few hours.
So we should just wait for them here then.
Does seem like an easier place to hide.
The only exception to that is if they had some other means of transport besides horses, or if they force march through the entire night. But
We're assuming that they're coming through this town instead of going around it.
exactly, that's the third option.
Well, if there's a whole crowd of people on horseback, even if they don't come through town, we probably would be able to see them. We could always, wait a few hours just to be safe. And there happens to be a carnival here at that time. And then if they don't show up in a few hours, we could, take off after them again.
Should we post up at one of the gates? Or the gate?
I think we can mingle with the crowd, and I'll hold my arm out and do a motion of like I'm pulling a cloth off, and my falcon is there as I summon her back. And I'll just scratch her under the beak, say, find them, and I'll toss her up, hoping that if they're anywhere in the area, she'll be able to see them.
What's the range on that?
So I could only look through her senses. I think, let me pull it up. I think it's 100 feet, but she can go as far as she wants, and then come back to me.
Okay. In that case,
I
then
can also communicate within 100 feet.
okay. So yeah, she's gonna start scouting out and start flying up and doing wider and wider circles as she looks for the group that from before.
If we're going to blend in, I guess it wouldn't hurt to play some carnival games.
As you walk down the stairs of the train station down towards the town that just happens to be having a carnival, there is an elf and a human on either side, and they are taking these interwoven leaf crowns of reds and golds and yellows with just a tinge of green, and they're giving each of you crowns that will fit your various sized heads.
What kind of elf?
This is a star elf.
Okay.
They both clearly are in their religious outfits, though. They appear to be druids of Shantia. And so they're greeting people as they come into the carnival.
Welcome. Have fun at the Harvest Carnival.
For sure. Are these fruits good to eat? We can just eat them, right? How do we have to, like?
Absolutely. Everything here is perfectly fresh, perfectly ripe. The way Shantia would like it.
Okay. Beautiful.
You know, I just had a really fun idea. And I walk up to you, Sam, and look up at you. Do you think they have like a shooting game?
I don't know, but we need to find it immediately. I mean,
We got to figure out who the best shot is in the group.
I mean, and I take my pistol and I spin it around and it's like beautiful, and I put it back in the holster and I'm like, I mean, I don't know really if that's a question or not, but
That was just gun twirling. That wasn't shooting.
well, you haven't had a
And-
chance to see the shooting yet.
All right, then. Well, let's start looking, and I'll walk through the crowd as quickly and as deftly as possible because, well, you know what? Quite frankly, I can move through spaces of bigger creatures, so whatever. Like, I just vanish.
Does this festival have a stage?
Yes, it has. There's a couple of stages. There's some live music being played on one of them right now. But there's also, as you look around, you see there's a joke contest going on, and people have gathered around as well.
There also appears to be another stage that has a pie eating contest on it, and one more stage that's a little further off where it's a raised dais, and there seem to be a bunch of people like sitting around tables. Not sure exactly what that is, but you can see there's a banner that says "Answer we these questions."
I would like to go to the music stage and see what the lineup is.
Okay.
Specifically, if Evergreen Song is on it.
All right. So in your case, we can confirm Evergreen Song is not playing at this Harvest Carnival.
Okay.
However, you do notice that Venom Tail is going to be making an appearance here, apparently. Like, real big billings!
Yep.
Anyone else?
Jerry's sort of like dipping through the crowd and trying to keep up with Eden, I think, a little bit. But she's watching out for she's looking for anything that's super shiny, or like any and not necessarily expensive, just like, she's constantly distracted by anything that's bright and glittery. And I would say she would probably
Would she go more towards the games or the shops?
probably towards the games.
Okay.
It depends on from what I know, depends on how this one is set up, but usually the games are a little brighter than the shops are in terms of like, the colors are louder usually, and so that's probably what she would be more interested in. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
But yes, Jerri is able to see there's bobbing for apples, there's a duck pond, there's balloon darts, there's so much.
Jerri wants to play all of the games. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
Okay. Not a problem. There's definitely going to be the opportunity for that, hopefully. So we got Jerri playing all of the games. We had Eden wanting to do a shooting gallery versus Psalm. Kestrel, you're checking out the stages. Sylphine, what were you doing?
Doing my best to try to keep an eye on everyone, and also being very nervous and looking around. I'm very on edge. We are right on the border of. Are we on the border of Andari or another one of the fiefdoms?
It is Andari.
Yeah, this is a huge gamble for me.
If you were to take the train, it would then take you to. It wouldn't take you to the capital next, but it'd take you to one of the larger cities. And
yeah, huge gamble for me. So I'm keeping an eye out for people who might recognize me, keeping an eye out for the people we're looking for. I'm not enjoying the carnival because of everything I'm watching for, but I'm trying to allow everyone else to.
Okay.
I'm also, because I'm just kind of like checking out the stages, I'm keeping an eye on Sylphine
Okay.
from where I'm at.
All right. So Kestrel's watching Sylphine. Sylphine's watching everyone. Jerri is going wild for the games. Iden and Psalm, let's resolve your shooting gallery challenge first. As you both find shooting gallery, it's a nickel to participate, so that's 5 copper. And the name of the game, as you are being introduced to it all, you see this goblin with a prosthetic arm. Like, step right up, shoot the stars and win a prize. You two look like you are ready for some challenge.
I'm more than ready.
Oh, that's the spirit. All you need to do is take this pellet gun right here, and he presents the pellet gun to you in his arm and unlocks the fingers. And shoot out the star with the 20 shots that's in it, and if you can do it, then you win a prize.
Does this sound fitting for you, Eden?
Like shoot out the star, like cut it out, or just hit it 20 times?
Yes, if there's any part of the star remaining, you don't win. You gotta cut it out with the pellets.
I feel like I would be standing or sitting on the counter and still be just as high up as Psalm would be just standing.
Mm-hmm.
They do
the
have
booth.
various like stools for different height people and for like children to be able to play the gun shooty game.
Yeah. There is no minimum age for this game.
Kids with guns. Yes, that's yes.
It is the early
An American pastime.
Yeah, it's the turn of the
Yeah.
century feel.
The pellet stuff.
Shoot your eye out. All right,
Yeah.
I am ready. I'm ready for this. This is great.
Okay.
You have no idea how ready I am for this. And I like snap my finger and I'm gonna cast guidance on myself with that single motion. I
Beautiful.
got this.
So, it's actually going to be an attack roll. Eden, do you have Bless in that back pocket of yours?
Oh. Absolutely not.
That being said, it's going to be a ranged attack. If you're proficient with firearms, you get to add your proficiency bonus, of course. But I'm going to guess. If you are also proficient with martial weapons, you get to add your proficiency bonus in this
Does
day
it
and age.
automatically do that in D&D?
I don't know, but we'll just.
Okay. Just +2.
So you should have a +2 plus your dexterity modifier.
I was gonna say you're a gunslinger, so you probably.
So it's like a +5 for me. It's
Yeah.
saying +3 on D&D.
So it is.
But it's
It is just giving you your. It's not treating you as proficient.
which is all right.
Okay. I will work on that side of things.
No
While you two
worries.
shoot it out, make 3 attack rolls, and they'll be contested attack rolls.
Okay.
So roll against each other for the first shot.
There we go.
Sorry,
Okay.
didn't need to click that.
I have a lucky 13.
Psalm?
I rolled a 15 and my dex and stuff is +5, so dirty 20 of the first one.
Goes to Psalm. Next one.
No surprise. 17.
10. Oh wait, 7 plus 5, 12.
Okay, that one goes to Eden. Psalm, like you get a little bit confident with this one, and so like you try doing a trick shot where you're not even like looking down the barrel. You just try, and so like it's just that little bit off. Still good, but a little bit off.
Right.
And I'm like hunkered over the barrel, like the worst shooting posture ever, and I'm still managing to somehow make this work.
And
Alright.
last one.
This one.
Oh no. 7.
22.
Okay, so
So, unfortunately, neither of you ended up shooting out all of the stars on the paper. Like, Psalm, you have just like this tiniest little red mark dangling there still.
like there's some part of you that wonders, does he just have a pen that he like drew a little red line? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And then Eden, yeah, you had more of the star left than Psalm at this point.
Oh, man. That was close. But
Sure.
Psalm, neither of us won, did we?
I guess not.
So I guess we're just both really good shots.
If it helps you be able to enjoy this festival, then yes.
But I mean, you're real good. You're real good. Like, I know a good shot when I see one, and you're like the best I've seen. So
I mean, outside of yourself, it's very hard to find other, people that actually know what they're doing when it comes to these things. Normally, it's like people just play these games, and then they come up to me and they're like, "Oh, I did that once at a festival," and I'm like, "Oh, it's not the same thing as me devoting my life to it." So I'm sure that you understand that, but it's very refreshing to meet someone who knows what they're doing.
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I get it. These things, and I like pull the trigger, and since I shot all the BBs, nothing comes out, but it makes the click noise. They're just trifles, kids' toys, right? So yeah,
Right.
I hear you. And I just
Yeah.
drop it down and look at the guy who was running the game. Thanks for the distraction.
Thanks for the nickel, my friend. Would you like to try again? Win a prize.
I look at Sam.
Also, you notice that the prizes are various porcelain dolls of all kinds of different races, all kinds of different styles and pieces. Dolls.
I didn't even know there were prizes.
Yeah, I think we're good. We'll come back, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we're thanks.
We should go get you some fruit. Maybe they'll have some berries or something.
Yeah, or at the very least, we should make sure that Kestrel's okay.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
And I'll jump down from the kiosk and start pushing through the crowd again. And you just hear some over the din, "Keep up."
I am
pushing through
chatting
the
with
crowd.
musicians to see if anyone has seen the Evergreen Song around on the circuit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a investigation charisma check. Charisma investigation. As you're asking around.
Investigation. Half proficient. Well, I'm a halfling, so that's not a natural one.
Nice.
That's better. That is a 18.
18. Yeah, as you're asking around, you finally come across a group that says, now that you mention it, yeah, we saw some of the band was traveling.
Oh,
It was a while
where-
back, but
Oh, like how long back do you think?
Oh shoot. Couple months ago?
Oh, okay. But you haven't seen them since then?
No, no. Why?
No reason, just we're out doing some location scouting right now. So just seeing where everybody had gone off to, make sure we're not scouting out the same places.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, is there some way to get a hold of you? We can, if we find anything out, we'll send you a letter.
Oh, I'm kind of in between places at the moment. So I don't really have a mailing address right now. But I appreciate it.
And as
Just if you run into them, maybe just let them know that you saw me and that I was here, and maybe, I mean, they have ways to get in touch with me. So
as you're asking around, you hear a cackling voice from behind.
I turn around.
Very near to where this stage is set up, you see that there is it's a very old-fashioned style of tent where it almost looks like a miniature circus tent rather than the updated linen ones that are in style right now. This one still has the old stripes. It's got a lot of purples and golds and blues mixed in together. And someone is there is a kobold leaving the tent, and you can hear a cackling coming out from behind them. And they just kind of have this very distressed look on their face as they are leaving. But as the flap closes behind them, you can read on that flap door, it says, Mama Yaga's fortune telling.
Ooh. I go running on in.
Iden and Psalm, both of y'all see Kestrel make a beeline to this very foreboding tent.
Sketchy ass tent.
Oh god.
Look, there she go. Oh, she's
okay.
going inside that tent.
We should definitely go and get this. figure this
Yeah,
out.
you first.
Okay. I will push forward towards the tent.
Right behind you.
As
Sylphine, you see like the three of them clustered together, all heading into this tent at this point as well.
Do I see Jerri still?
Jerri, speaking of Jerri, we can't forget about sweet, beautiful Jerri.
which game?
Which game did you want us
Yeah.
to do? I know we're bouncing around quite a bit here.
That's okay. I would say, like I said, she wants to do all of them. I think she'd start out with the balloon, with probably the balloon darts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, as you approach the stand, you are greeted by this dirty blonde tiny halfling with freckles and a mustache. Hello there.
Hello there.
Would you like to throw some darts and win a prize?
And Jerri just nods super enthusiastically, like as in sort of, yeah, that childlike, like, yes, absolutely, I want to.
Absolutely. Step right up, and you see them go to hand you the darts, but as soon as you reach for them, they pull them away. It's gonna be 1 nickel for 3 throws.
Jerri nods and digs around and finds, a couple copper, 5 copper to give them.
You see the halfling count the copper. All right, my friend. Here you go. Here's your 3 darts. Hit 5 balloons or more, and you get to win a prize.
She does the math in her head. And looks at the 3 darts and thinks about the counting.
You see the halfling blow up one of the balloons. Oh, here. Let me demonstrate the game for you. And they pull a dart out of their pocket. They walk over to your side of the counter real quickly, and they lob it, and it just like drops down through like 2 balloons with 1 throw. There you go. That's how you play the game.
Okay.
You want to give it a shot?
Yeah, she's gonna try, and she's gonna sort of try and mimic what he did with the like dropping, sort of lobbing the dart so that it like punctures multiple balloons.
Okay. You want to give me a performance check then? Since you're just trying, yeah, since you're absolutely just trying to mimic that instead of anything else.
Well,
or did you have something else in mind?
This is something that I feel like she would do it in. I would prefer to make the attack roll.
Okay. You
only because she's going to like it's more of a like studying the way that he like his technique of it and then attempting to mimic it as an attack on the balloons.
All right. Yes. I will let you make an attack roll with the darts. So it's
I'm proficient in
yeah, it's Dex plus proficiency.
Yep. Oh, good. Well, the first one was a natural 1.
Oh no. So yes, you throw the dart. What did you get total though?
Oh, it's 7.
The dart felt oddly weighted. Maybe too many people have been throwing it. The tip was bent, something. It just like falls short and lands in the grass.
Yeah.
Got 2 more tries.
All right, she's gonna try with the second one, and sort of like she'll like work out the dart. She'll make like straighten out the tip of it, and sort of give it a second to like test the weight of it a little bit, and do a couple of like those practice lobs before she actually throws it. I feel like this works better. Jiminy Christmas. It's a 14. Nope, sorry, 13.
13. You managed to get 1 balloon with that dart. You throw that one perfectly straight, and it just goes straight into the balloon.
Okay. Last dart, she's trying again.
Okay.
Same thing, sort of straightening out the tip and everything like that. Dice, I really need you to cooperate today, please, and thank you. Jerry's good at one thing, not one thing. That's better. That's an 18.
With 18, you are able to catch 2 of the balloons with that single
So we have 3 balloons.
You
Perfect.
have 3 balloons. Would you like to try again? And you see him blowing up the
Jerri digs into her pocket for 5 more copper.
hands you the more darts. Go ahead and make those rolls.
Okay.
And then while you're making those rolls,
Well,
that's better.
Yeah, you can just do all
I was
3
gonna say,
rolls.
Yeah. So I rolled a 25, a 24, and a 10.
okay. You got 1 balloon with the last one. The first one you literally popped 5 balloons somehow with the throw.
Perfect.
It was like,
Yeah.
and then the second one you got 4 more balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, haven't seen throwing like that since I was in Brainock, and that's been quite a while.
Practice.
So, you win a prize. What stuffed animal would you like?
You see stuffed animals hanging up on the walls and off of the ceiling. Anything from hippogriffs to unicorns. There are even some little tressins.
You see a displacer beast.
And what's the bunny?
Almirage,
An Almirage, yeah.
the bunny unicorn.
Basically, if you can imagine the
Oh, she's
mystic
gone.
animal. Oh.
We will revisit that in a second. And give her her prize when she comes back.
Yeah. So as the Sylphine, are you gonna try and grab Jerri, or you just heading straight there?
Since the bulk of everyone are in the tent, can I stand near the entrance of the tent, but still see Jerri? Is that possible or no?
Yeah, it's a little tough.
So
I am the DM now.
look at me. I am the DM.
Oh,
So we
wait.
won
I
D&D.
wanna show y'all something. Thanks, I hate it.
Oh, welcome back, LD.
I'm back, I think.
Okay, Caitlin, what do they do?
Gosh,
I am.
that's so funny. We win D&D. That's what we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you win.
Okay,
So,
LD, were you able to hear like
Yes.
any
what
of the prizes?
stuffed
can
animal
hear.
do you pick?
What are my options?
So you had hippogriffs, displacer beast. You had
Almirage,
Almirage,
Tressum.
Tressum.
Oh, Jerri would go for the Tressum
Okay.
for sure.
Here you go, little lady. And he hooks it off of the and hands it to you. It is actually like fuzzy, and it smells like cloves and cinnamon. These druids know how to do stuffed animals.
Oh my god, that's adorable. Jerri just sort of like hugs it to herself. Would it be possible to sort of retcon a little bit, instead of throwing that last dart, if Jerri pocketed it?
I don't think so.
Try to.
Only
Okay.
because like he would be watching you like
That's
like
fair.
a hawk.
That's 100% fair. Okay. Yeah, so she's gonna just like cuddle that Tressum and make her way to other games and sort of
Before you
Yeah.
start walking away, he's like, "Would you like to try winning a bigger prize? All you have to do is win a couple small ones, and then you can trade those in for a larger one."
This is how they get you.
Oh. Jerri 100% falls for it.
Okay.
Like 100% falls for it, and we'll keep trying.
So we're going to have you roll a d6. And that's
Okay.
how much gold you're going to end up spending at these darts to get one of the larger prizes.
Fair enough.
And Sylphine,
good.
you just see Jerri, like, enraptured. You've
6
spent
gold.
six gold to...
Yep.
And obviously the larger prizes are the same animals, just, like, bigger.
Uh-huh.
So you end up getting a Tressum that is... yeah, go ahead and get the prop to demonstrate the size of the Tressum. Meanwhile,
It's
Sylphine,
like
you,
Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh no.
You get this tressing.
yeah, you get a Tressum that big.
Perfect. She definitely it's so bad.
Size of a halfling.
Spending
Bigger than me
all
and
of my
Eden.
Yeah,
gold.
yeah. But
Yeah.
Sylphine, she's not going anywhere anytime soon as she's throwing those darts.
Okay. I'll head over to the tent. I'm not gonna go inside because I want to keep an eye out because we're watching for people.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll stay near the tent since that's where the bulk of people are.
That sounds great.
Okay, so Kestrel, Eden, and Psalm, you find yourself in this tent, and inside you can smell the distinct smell of a nice earthy brown sage, as well as cloves and cinnamon, as though someone has been cooking in here recently. And before you sits this very... You can tell by looking at her that you have probably seen mountains that are younger than her. a furbolg who sits there. She has just loads of necklaces and rings on her fingers, and when she moves, you can hear the clack, 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 clack of things upon her. Like, maybe it's a good thing Jerri is not in this room. And she says, more people have come to see your fortune. Come in, come in. Am I reading all of you, or one of you, or...
Oh, Kestrel like turns around and realizes that Solomon and Iden are now here.
Yes. We're here to get our fortunes read, I suppose.
I do not require payment for my services, but anything that you can spare would be fantastic. I travel with the fair. Whoever would like to be read first, please have a seat.
I'd step right up.
Yes, and she takes a pouch from her necklaces, and you see that each necklace has a different pouch. She takes that pouch and she puts something in her hand, and she does this. She holds out her hand. You can see very clearly that they are bones. They have been worn by fingers. You can see that there are carvings and etchings in there. Some of them have runes on them. Some of them literally just have pictures of animals or eyes. And she says, please, if you would, lay your hand on top of mine, and I want you to think about whatever you wish to have me read on you. Do not tell me. Just think it real loud.
I reach my hand out, and there's like a second when I'm about like halfway there where like Kestrel hesitates, like maybe this isn't actually a great idea, and then just kind of shrugs and puts her hand on top of the lady's hand.
If you would please roll for me a d6.
4.
She does not touch your hand above, but like she very clearly does this, and then her lower hand dumps the bones. She says, my dear, I see your despair, but know that things are not always what they seem. I see a group of 4 friends, and I hear music and celebration, though it is distant, far from here, but close at the same time. That is your reading, my dear.
To get like a location or anything with that, right?
That's all the bones tell me, or at least all that I can tell you at this time. Who's next? And she starts gathering up those bones, putting them back in the pouch from which she took them.
And then she slides like this empty tin can over, and it like jingles a little.
I'll put like 5 copper in there because I'm annoyed.
Thank you very much.
But I'm not a jerk.
Eden?
I'll like get out of the chair and mutter, like as I'm walking back to Solomon, Eden's just like, I already knew that. That's nothing new.
Eden, would you like to go first?
I look up sheepishly. I don't know. Do you think I should?
I think
Sure.
oh,
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, okay. And I'll walk up to the table and look at this haggard old lady, Furbolg, and just kind of sullenly put my left hand on the table and slide it forward.
she looks at you, and she grabs a different pouch. This one is a little bit closer to her neck, and it's very green. Again, you can see very different kinds of bones this time. For Kestrel's, they were a little smaller. For yours, they seem to be larger, rounder. And she does the same thing, holds out her hand. Your hand goes over it, and she holds her hand above both of them and rolls the dice. Or not rolls the dice, but you roll the dice. A d6, please.
That's a 5.
Ooh. I see truths coming to light for you. I see old scars opened and new ones torn. Remember, you are your own person. You are beholding to no one. Who's next?
Slides the can over again.
I'll put a silver in.
I'll walk up, I'll drop a silver in, and I will just sit very laid back and not taking this very seriously, but amused anyways.
You can see she kind of, like, as she is putting those bones back into the pouch, like, she keeps blinking and squinting at you and blinking and like rubbing her eyes a little bit, but as she's reaching, she actually goes for 2 pouches, and she puts one pouch. You notice this is a very light blue pouch, and you can tell by the look of the bones that probably these were the bones of birds, but again, pictures on them, they are worn. And the other one comes from a red pouch, and these are much pointier bones. These must have come from, like, maybe a lizard, something with spikes. You can see many spikes on there. And she holds out each of these in both of her hands, and she says, if you would, please, both hands.
Sure. She'll take them and do the thing.
She will wave her hands a bit. Roll a d6 if you would, please.
Okay, just one?
Just one.
2.
I see. And she blinks and she says, I see 2 pasts. How strange. I've experienced this only a few times in my life. How exciting. But you lost something very dear to you, didn't you? Well, maybe not lost, but certainly had a wild change. How very curious. And she slides the tin cup up.
I already paid you, but we're having a double theme here, so I'll pay another one. I'll just put another silver in.
As you said, you paid twice. There is some heavy magic on you. I've only ever seen that magic from, those who will not speak to the bones. Good luck!
Yes. Perfect. She's just gonna stand up, act like she didn't hear anything. And, well, that was fun. All these carnival games, jokes and tricks, peddling money off of jokes and tricks.
Y'all can. I assume the 3 of you leave the tent. Sylphine, you are able to hear, like, bits and pieces. It's a very heavy cloth, and so not all of the sound goes through. But you're able to hear, parts of what's going on. And Jerri, you just want to trust him.
Very large tressum. Jerry's just carried it through. She's so happy. And she'll look for everybody else at this point when she finally got her large tressum.
Fantastic. You see Sylphine was standing outside of a tent, kind of waiting for you. You you always notice her in your periphery, and she didn't seem to move from there. So, but Sylphine, a short time afterwards, your hawk returns to you. As well.
I get a sense of if she saw them and in what direction. We can communicate telepathically, but the spell is very vague.
Yeah, so you're speaking at a hawk level. So the best it can do is give a description, like vague hawk-like descriptions. So as your familiar talks to you, it's like there's 3 horses and people on them coming in from the east. And then it just like motions its head towards the direction you came into town from. They're on the road.
I'm going. How far is that? How far from us is that end of the town?
That end of the town is probably a 15-minute walk. But if you wanted to, like, jog there, then you could probably cut that time in half.
15-minute walk. That I should be able to. I send her back up in the air, and I'm going to look through her senses, and see what she sees at that end of the town.
So at that end of the town, most of the area is pretty unpopulated. It's just a main street coming into town from that place, but everyone's at the fair right now celebrating. But beyond that, there are 3 riders coming in on horseback as your falcon does its zooming eagle-eye view of things.
Enhance.
Yes. And just like just zooms in, and you can see that there are 3 riders that very much look like they were part of that menagerie, just with the cloaks they're wearing.
Only 3. I do not see Sylphine, do I?
You do not.
Do I see...
They do have a bunch of stuff on their horses, though, so you can't really make out those levels of fine detail from here.
Can I see any, like, clouds of dust or anything on the horizon that look like a dozen horses along a road? Like, do I get the sense these are outriders or that they've split off?
You are probably getting the sense that they split off. They're not really kicking up dust because they're just doing a steady trot. They're not full on running on the roads. And so within your vision, there's nothing within, we'll say, 5 miles of here that looks anything like a pack of horses and riders other than these.
Is everyone else around?
They're coming out of the tent now, and Jerry's joining you as well.
All you see is a big stuffed plushie heading towards you, really.
I'm
I
kind
made
of
a mistake.
side-eyeing Psalm, but I don't say anything.
Psalm is whistling, hands in pockets.
Made a mistake. They turned.
I was in good spirits before the tent, but coming out, I'm sullen.
You hear cackling as you start closing the flap.
Made a mistake. They turned. There's 3 of them coming into town, but I don't see the rest of them anywhere.
Oh,
Maybe we could convince one to answer some questions.
We did murder and blow up the building in broad daylight, so they're not exactly innocent.
True. But should we go try to find them then?
They're on the east side of town. It's rather unpopulated at the moment. So I
And
don't think
I feel like maybe we should head them off before they get to the crowded festival full of people, just in case they're still feeling like blowing things up.
I agree.
Well,
do
let's
it.
go. Oh my gosh, Jerri, look at your giant cat.
It's really impressive.
Wow.
I think we've got, well, I was going to say, I think we have a party familiar, but I don't know. I don't want you all to take any offense to it.
It's squishy.
I give the giant stuffed Tressum a really big hug.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's so squishy.
I'll laugh a bit as I start heading off quickly and towards the east side of town.
That's like bed sized.
So
It's
Psalm,
got like a portable bed.
Psalm is lugging the trunk around for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jerri will hold out the Tressum for anybody else who would like to also hug it. She won't let go of it while you hug it if you choose to do so, but she's holding it out for everybody. And then she's just gonna hold it herself and basically follow along carrying the giant Tressum.
Wonderful. With that being said,
You all head that way, and it's fairly easy to make it through the crowds. You're able to just meander without like bringing too much suspicion.
did you want to do any prep as they're coming into town? You'll have maybe a minute before they get into the town proper, and you probably tuck between or get onto some buildings yourself.
Definitely. How long has it been since I cast Mage Armor this morning?
You're still within the 8-hour frame. Did anyone else want to do any prep?
Do we get the sense that there's going to be like defensive or offensive action?
I don't know. From the
So, like,
sounds of what Sylphine's
probably.
saying,
Okay.
I mean, y'all
then-
can plan while you're getting there, but you got a minute.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I will what is it called? Use my Sacred Gunner channel divinity
Okay.
and just turn that on and be like, okay, I'm ready. Yeah.
There's only 3 of them, but we need at least one to question.
Of course.
Okay. Anyone else?
Jerri goes, Jerri would come up to Sylphine.
Oh, where do you want me, boss?
I think we should split up into groups down alleys, catch them from a couple different sides.
That sounds like a plan.
I pull a rapier out and just kind of like.
Do you normally fight with that Kestrel?
Yeah. I mean, I don't fight a whole lot, but like I know how to use it.
Okay. Just be careful, everyone.
Likewise reach into my bag and I pull out a small palm-sized orb, and it is dark material with flecks of like white and cloudy swirls in it. If you didn't know any better, it looks like I'm holding a piece of the night sky in my hand.
Ooh.
And then I reach to my hip and pull out my wand with my other hand, and I just kind of stand there at the ready. And I look at Jerri. Well, you heard the boss. What do you think? Alley that way, and I'll go opposite.
You got it.
All right.
Jerri will take her giant Tressum plushie with her into an alley and sort of set it down on the ground, and then like stand pretty much in front of it, like, but tuck herself into like some sort in some sort of like shadowy, trying to make herself as inconspicuous as possible.
Before I head off into a different alley, I'm gonna stop with Sylphine and say, I know that this is a lot and you're scared for your friend, but we're all here to help. And it's gonna be okay. And you can take a D6 inspiration die.
Thank you. Stay safe. I don't need anyone else dying for me.
We'll be fine.
Okay. So everyone that is tucking and hiding themselves in alleys or hiding themselves in general, I need stealth checks.
Sure. I'm scared of my dice.
I am
That's so
standing
funny.
in the mouth of an alley. I am not hiding.
Okay.
That's a 15 for Jerri.
15.
17 for me.
Natural 20. For me.
Nice.
13 for me, but I'm also just kind of like tucked around a corner. I'm not really trying to like hide.
Okay. So sure enough, the minute goes by, everyone gets in position, and you see three folks on horseback come into town. A dwarf and 2 humans. But one of the humans looks like they have nicer stuff than the other 2. And they're just riding, and he gives the entrance to the town a scan. He's like, "All right, boys, let's go in and get some R&R." Fair enough. He gets into the area, the ambush area. Do you want to say anything, or should we just roll initiative?
I guess I could try talking to them first. I will step out kind of in front of them. I have my sword drawn. I'll just step out in front of them.
Whoa, little missy, what are you doing here with that little dagger?
You took something of mine. I would like to know where it is.
You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
You blew up a building in a small town. You took a friend of mine.
Look, that happens quite a lot. Little more specific.
A sun elf who looks a bit like me.
Grab the wrong person. No, it couldn't have been. No, we grabbed the right person. Okay, so what do you want? You itching for a fight?
We could fight. I really just want to know where she is.
Well, how much money you got?
I'm not in the mood to pay for it.
Well, then I'm not in the mood to give away free stuff. So you can either get out of our way, or I'm gonna run you over with this horse here.
Yeah, I'm gonna run for him at that.
All right. So it's initiative.
Roll off. Sorry. So sorry. I love you.
Oh no! I threw it onto
fine.
Velcro.
He's fine.
So we got a 10 for Jerri.
Mm-hmm.
21.
Ooh.
21 for Kestrel.
18.
18 for Sylphine. Iden.
11.
11 and Lexi.
15.
I'm sorry.
15.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Psalm.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, hang on here. Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed. So that one's going there, and that one's going there. Perfect. So Kestrel, you see this all break into a flurry of motion. You weren't hiding per se, but you were still like tucked away. Go ahead.
Wait. We are going to end it right there. Big cliffhanger point where they get to have their first ever actual combat.
Right.
Whee! So that's going to be in 2 weeks, which we're going to be in October by then? No, September 26th.
Yes.
Wow.
September 26th is going to be our next run, and in theory, that will have a guest person there.
Yes,
in
we
theory.
are expecting
What?
a guest in theory.
Very exciting. I forgot that we didn't tell Lady Dave.
Theoretical guest.
Theoretical guest. So
What?
very excited about that. Let's see. We are going to do outros now. So if you would please, where are your cards? We'll do it in initiative order.
Oh, yeah, let's go in initiative order. So starting with Kestrel.
Hello, my name is Caitlin, aka a theaterphile. I exist on the internet as a theaterphile pretty much everywhere. I still forgot to update my chat command. Shit. That is accurate on the times, not accurate on the games. Currently on my channel, I am playing Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds on Wednesday nights and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on Sunday afternoons. You can also find me doing TTRPG things around. The best place to find out when I'm going to pop up on the internet is Twitter. I'm also playing a little bit of Mass Effect here and there now, but that is not scheduled. That is just whenever I feel like. But Twitter is also the best place to find out when I'm going live. And popcorn over to Lexi.
Hey.
Oh wait, shit, we're going in initiative order.
Oh,
Sorry, I
no.
ruined everything.
How dare you?
You
The
just
next,
upgraded my initiative for me.
yeah. No holding actions in 5th edition. The next one up is going to be Anna.
Yes, that's me. I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer. So if any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. On Sundays when I'm not here, I am over on Guild of the Phoenix at 8 p.m. Eastern playing Cyberpunk Red. Monday nights, you can find me on Weave the Tale at 7 p.m. Central or 7:30 p.m. Central playing Alien. Tuesday nights, I'm on Black Feather Guild at 7 p.m. Central playing Dragon Age. And Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central, I'm on Valdrian's Twitch channel playing an Animorphs-themed Blades in the Dark campaign. And if you like podcasts, you can find me in Response Team Omnicron, Lancer actual play playing through the No Room for a Wallflower adventure path. First episode drops tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that anywhere you get your podcasts.
Wonderful, and thank you. Next up, we're going to have Lexi.
There we go. Okay, my name's Lexi. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, all of the fun internet stuffs as Black Girl Mage. I am a creative writer, player of tabletop RPGs, mostly D&D, but you can find me, like I said, Twitter, spouting fun and terrible D&D opinions. But yeah, so I'm on this show bi-weekly. I just did a second episode yesterday of A Crab Cab Company, which is once a month I play the motherfucking Crab Truckers RPG with some friends. It's great. So next month, on like the second or third Saturday is when we play. I'll tweet about it, so keep your eyes open for that. And I should be streaming Magic the Gathering soon, so we'll see. But yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Wren.
That's me. Hi, I'm Wren. You can find me anywhere on the internet where I can be found at Thorny Dryad. So Twitter, Twitch, bunch of whatever. So I do variety streaming on my channel Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Currently, we're playing Batman and Jedi Fallen Order, which has been a good time. And let's see, beyond being here every other Sunday, I'm also the audio producer and a voice of a character in a podcast called Roads Uncharted, which is the first ever Genesis tabletop RPG actual play podcast. I play the role of a loving and caring automaton caretaker called 8, and they are traveling the world with their best friends, trying to solve a very befuddling mystery. And I think that's me.
Last but not least, we have Lady Day.
Oh, perfect. You know, it's good when Jerri rolls last in the initiative. So hi everybody, I'm Lady Dame. You can find me at the Lady Dame pretty much everywhere that's important on the internet. I'm a late night variety streamer and TTRPG content creator, voice actor type person, all of those things. You can find me here every other week on Shifting Echoes. You can also find me on my own channel, usually approximately every Sunday, although we've been having some we had some folks call out for this week, so we are postponing Into the Fae. That's usually 5 p.m. Pacific every Sunday over on my own channel, which is an actual play D&D game where we played entirely using Tailspire, which is the tabletop simulator. It's super rad. We have VODs, and you can check us out on all the VODs on my Twitch and also on YouTube. It's a silly, fabulous ride, but we will be off tonight. I am also stream video games right now. I'm streaming at midnight on Monday nights. I'll be playing Midnight Mass Effect because I'm a terrible person. On Tuesdays, I'm playing Boyfriend Dungeon at 9 p.m. Pacific, and on Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific, I'll be playing some indie game demos. I've got Dark Garden Story and a couple of other things lined up for that for the month of September. And I'm also the host of the infamous Smutty Saturday, which is every Saturday night on my own channel, where I and a number of fabulous and wonderful guests get together and we read smut of varying quality. Yeah, it's all video game themes this month, so stay tuned. Let's see, I've got some other stuff coming up on other people's channels next weekend on the 18th, which is the Saturday. I'll be over on Kayla's KMC's channel for her charity stream. She's doing a 15-hour charity stream for heart support. I'll be in the group playing Among Us and maybe pop up in some other things. And then on next Sunday, instead of being here, I'll be over on Eva Sarriot's channel in the Waterdeep Kitten Heist for 3-part series. I'll be showing up as a special guest, returning as Ferdinand, the Druid Minotaur. Since it conflicts with this one, they sort of worked out that we could get me in for a little bit. Anyway, so I've got a lot of stuff coming up. Pay attention, check me out on Twitter. That's where most of the stuff I'll be posting. Yeah, Ferdinand the Minotaur, exactly. And yeah, I think that's
it. Died. It died.
I'm like, oh well.
Your computer hates you.
It's okay.
Yep.
Teral and I aren't gonna do our outros. We love you all. Check my about for all of the social medias, and
I play Banjo-Kazooie Monday nights.
Woo!
we love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.